Hello and a good evening. I'm Ashani Gamage with Prime TV News. A look at your headlines first. Seven-member bench will hear petitions against dissolution of Parliament. Parliament will meet tomorrow. Public gallery will be closed tomorrow too. Solutions from the President for social issues of the armed forces. Prime Minister elaborates on the aim of change of government. Main suspect of the Mathura student's murder is remanded. And in news overseas, Ukraine's president proposes that Parliament declare martial law. And now the news in detail. Chief Justice has appointed a seven-member full judge bench to hear the fundamental rights petitions filed challenging the dissolution of the Parliament. The justices appointed to the bench are Nalin Pereira, Bhuwanekalu Vihare, Sisira Diabru, Priyantha Jayawardena, Prasanna Jayawardena, Vijit Malalgoda and Murdu Fernando. Five parties, including the Attorney General and Professor G.L. Perez, had filed motions calling for the appointment of a full bench for the hearing of these petitions. Since matters of constitutional and national significance are included in these petitions, the intervening parties said they are requesting a full bench for the hearing of these petitions. The stay order issued by the Supreme Court temporarily suspending the Gazette notification dissolving Parliament is valid until the 7th of next month. The hearing of these petitions is due to commence on the 4th of next month. The Supreme Court had issued the stay order preventing the Elections Commission from proceeding further activities according to the Gazette notification. Parliament will be meeting again at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow. The Parliamentary Secretary General's office announced that the public gallery as well as the gallery for special guests will be kept closed tomorrow. President Maithripala Sirisena has said that a certain solution is vital for the retirement process of members of the Tri-Forces. As the Commander-in-Chief of the Forces, the President said that he is ready to find suitable solutions through proposals submitted from within the armed forces. The President expressed these views joining in a conference of commissioned officers of the Tri-Forces and senior non-commissioned officers. The theme of the conference, held under the patronage of the President, was the vocational task of commissioned officers of the Tri-Forces and senior non-commissioned officers in the face of challenges. It was joined by the Defence Secretary and the Chief of Defence Staff and heads of the armed forces. The President in his address further said that it is an issue that members of the armed forces, as a fully fledged person equipped with knowledge, understanding and unlimited experience, retiring during the best period of life, that they can do some service to the country. The President pointed out that the members of the armed forces are today confronted with the issue as to what they should do after retiring. President Maithripala Sirisena said to achieve success in the future, it is necessary to identify challenges, face them and move forward successfully. He said that it is unfortunate that members of the forces, when they are well armed with knowledge, understanding and unlimited experience, retire from service. The President said that he thinks a certain solution is necessary for this matter, and he mentioned that he is prepared to undertake a suitable program through discussions if proposals come from within the forces and the Defence Ministry.
ඊට සුදුසු වැඩපිළිවෙළ ගන්න රජයේ විදියටත් පෞද්ගලිකවත් මම ඉතාමත්ම කැමතියි.
Meanwhile, President Maithripala Sirisena has said that he will not reappoint Ranil Wickremesinghe on any occasion and that this has been clearly intimated to the United National Party. The President expressed this view when he met a group of foreign correspondents last afternoon. President Maithripala Sirisena met foreign correspondents last afternoon at the President's official residence. The President elaborated to the foreign correspondents the purpose of the people of this country electing him as the President on January 8, 2015. The president recalled that he had to select a new positive journey on behalf of the country and the nation, changing the prime ministers due to the continuous malpractices, including the central bank robbery, as well as due to the despotic conduct of the former prime minister. The president pointed out that the no-confidence motion in Parliament on the 14th of this month was not presented according to the standing orders procedure. The president mentioned that in approving a no-confidence in Parliament with respect to significant matters in relation to changing a government, a formal voting procedure such as the electronic voting method or voting by name should be used. The president said he intends to appoint a commission to inquire into malpractices that had taken place from 2015 to 26 October 2018, during the period in which Ranil Wickremesinghe served as the prime minister. More malpractices other than the central bank bond scam will emerge during these investigations. The use of state power was unlimited. He queried whether he could continue with such a government. He also queried as to which leader in a country had served in a government with conspirators. The president said that the appointment of a new prime minister, removal of the former prime minister, dissolution of parliament, proroguing parliament and dissolving the cabinet were done legally and in accordance to the constitution. He emphasized that he had not done anything going against the constitution.
තේරෙන්කාර සභාවට ඡන්දයක් තිබුණේ. මම බොහොම පැහැදිලිව ඒගොල්ලන්ට කියලා තියෙනවා රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්තයා නම් මං ගාවට ගේන්න එපා කියලා. රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්තයා මම අගමැති විදියට පත් කරන්නේ නැහැ මගේ ජීවිතේට.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has said that the president is aware that it is he who can overcome the abyss the country is facing. The Prime Minister stated that this was a temporary government. He was clarifying to the country the purpose of the overthrow of the government.
මම පසුගිය 15 වෙනිදා පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ කරපු කතාවේ සියලුම දේශපාලන පක්ෂවලට යෝජනා කළා.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa said that during his address in Parliament on the 15th of this month, he proposed to all political parties to go for a general election, giving way to the sovereignty of the people. The Janata Vimukti Peramuna agreed. But the United National Party is waiting for a presidential election instead of a general election. The dispute is in Parliament. As such, there is no opportunity for the holding of a presidential election at this juncture. No party received a clear majority in the August general elections held in 2015. The UNP got 106 seats, while the United People's Freedom Alliance received 96 seats. The difference was only 10 seats. The UPFA left the government on October 26th. The Prime Minister said that thereafter several UNP members joined them. He said that he was giving leadership to the largest group in Parliament. What they did on October 26th was the establishment of an interim government until the elections that are being suspended by the court are held. He said this government has no intention of continuously ruling the country. The entire country is aware that only a handful of the joint opposition are holding positions in this government. But the other side wants to continue with the previous government until its term end. This is the issue that has surfaced. The Prime Minister pointed out that the President in his address to the nation said that he handed over the government to him as the last solution. The Prime Minister queried whether he could stay away without accepting the position when it was handed over to him. This is not an issue of government power, but a problem of the future of the country. The President handed over the country to him due to the economic crisis the country suffered. When such a situation arises, what a democratic country does is holding a general election and appointing a new government. Since the President was in his government, he is aware how they handle difficult situations. Everyone should be aware that the government that was in power cannot handle the present situation. It was they who put the country into a difficult situation. This is why they are afraid of facing election. After the commencement of the war in 2006, the public, the professionals, trade unions, businessmen and other sectors did not do any harm to the country. This was as support for them to win the war. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa said that he wished to make an appeal to the public to extend support to them as they did during the period of war. He said this is the final opportunity to overcome this situation. There should be a halt to taxes and various other expenditures incurred by the previous government, including spending on foreign trips.
ස්ථාවර ආණ්ඩුවක් පිහිටවන්න තව ටික කාලයක් ගත වෙයි. මේ සංක්‍රාන්ති කාලය තුල මා ජනතාවන් ඉල්ලා සිටින්නේ අප සමග ඉඳලා රට ගොඩනැගීමේ උත්සාහයට සහභාගී වෙන්න කියලායි.
The 17-year-old main suspect allegedly involved in the stabbing of a student in Matara has been remanded until the 3rd of December on the orders of the Matara Magistrates Court. Another 17-year-old suspect allegedly involved in the case has been arrested after he surrendered before the Matara SP's office. The main suspect, believed to be involved in the stabbing of a 19-year-old boy near a tuition class in Matara, has surrendered before the Matara Magistrates Court. 5 police teams have been deployed to apprehend the murder suspects of the incident. The police have recovered the motorcycle of the suspects abandoned in Velevatta area in Matara. On 24th November, a 19-year-old student was killed while another was injured in an attack carried out with a sharp object near a tuition class at Alavella in Matara. The attack was carried out by 3 youths who had arrived on a motorcycle and waited at a by-road near the class before assaulting the victims, who were leaving after attending a tuition class that afternoon. The deceased is a resident of Mahena in Thihagoda and a grade 13 student of a leading school in Matara. The attack has been recorded in a CCTV camera. The body of this student was brought to his residence at Mahena in Thihagoda last night. Meanwhile, another student who sustained injuries in another brawl and was hospitalized has also succumbed to injuries. He was from the Beruwala area. State Minister Vadivel Suresh claims that he will be boycotting Parliament. He made this claim based on an issue that surfaced at the Passara United National Party Balamandala meeting. Vadivel Suresh said that he booked the Pradeshia Sabha hall to discuss the current political situation and arrangements finalized to hold the meeting at 10:30 in the morning. A former Pradeshia Sabha member and an incumbent Pradeshia Sabha member had arranged some thugs who came and sat in the front row of the hall possessing hand grenades with the intention of hurling bombs when he was to address the meeting. Arrangements had been made to kill him today, but he managed to escape. Vadivel Suresh said that he would be boycotting Parliament until there was a proper reply to the issue and the culprits were taken into custody. Even Masanta Sena Nayaka, a relative of DS Sena Nayaka who founded the UNP, has crossed over securing a ministerial portfolio. Even SB Navinna and the organizer of the Nathandiya have also crossed over. He also referred to Vijayadasa Rajapaksa and the Venerable Ratanathera, who left the party, but he said that no one was talking about these matters. The police have recorded statements from a group including Tamil National Alliance parliamentarian M.K. Sivaji Lingam, who participated in a Mahaviru commemoration organised on behalf of the birthday of Velupullai Prabhakaran. The government had earlier emphasised that permission will not be granted for the holding of a Mahaviru commemoration. A certain group had been attempting to organise a Mahaviru commemoration today, the birthday of Velupullai Prabhakaran. But the government had emphasised that permission would not be granted for any such commemoration. Despite such a situation, Tamil National Alliance parliamentarian M.K. Sivaji Lingam had made arrangements to hold a function at the Velvettithurai residence of Prabhakaran. Police officers who arrived at the location while the commemoration was being held immediately suspended the event. Thereafter, the police officers recorded statements from everyone, including Sivaji Lingam. The government has emphasised that it will not permit any opportunity for such Mahaviru commemorative events. And that's all the news tonight. Log into itnews.lk for the very latest. I'm Asha Nigamugi. Good night.